I'm going to go ahead and we're going to kick it off to a sponsor with Twitch. Please stay tuned. And welcome back to Summer Games Done Quick 2017. I just wanted to let you guys know that we just got a new incentive, a bonus game, if you will, which will replace our setup block number 4 with any % with Kiln Skip run of Dark Souls by Bubbles del Fuego. If you want this bonus game to happen, we need $50,000. And right now, some people are already donating. We have 1,700 right now. So if you want to see some more Dark Souls, go ahead and donate now. And we are still not yet with our incentive for Final Fantasy VII Omni/Sephiroth. We're at $20,000. We're at $17,000. So, you know, if you want Spike Vegeta to be really awesome and beat Sephiroth with a really cool move, because let's be honest, he's got to go in style. Donate now. I'm going to read a couple of donations that obviously I did not get to go through. I apologize. We had a lot. We actually had a $4,500 donation from Edward. I may be as old as this franchise, but Mario games are still amongst my favorite games. I will probably miss the run, but put this money towards Spike, giving Sephiroth the omniest of slashes. How perfect. We had a $200 donation from Keen K Funk that says, this is for my grandma and me. She has become a huge GDQ fan over the past years, so here's to a great cause. $100 from Mama Cab that says, good luck, Mr. Cab. We love you, Mama and Papa Cab. $200 from Anonymous that says, you guys are awesome. We have a $1,000 donation from Seraphi. Says, wow, I heard Grandpoo Bear has no legs. Thank you for the applause. But sure loves marbles, marbles, marbles. Good luck to Pooh and Team Birdo and the other runners too, I guess. Donation goes to naming Sid Solo Gu after his amazing splasher run this morning. Remember, Pooh, no spaghetti today. Pooh love. We have a $200 donation from Tuxedo Junction that says, keep it classy. We shall. $100 from Turtle Freak that says, just wanted to show my support during the Mario Relay. Good luck to all the teams. $100 from Loop that says, I've been looking forward to this Super Mario Relay race all week long. Finally. Little Birdie donates $100 saying, this makes my heart happy. Thank you. We have a $1,000 donation from Nero7. Got another one. Keep them coming. A great cause, great games, and amazing runners. What an amazing thing to watch. $200 from Cartoon that says, you guys rock. $25 from Anonymous that says, shout out to Darby and Kuria that says, you two are part of why I started learning speedrunning. We have a $150 donation from Corey41 that says, save the animals, you monsters. $400 from Blake that says, I get to support a great cause and the hobby I love. Cool. Cool.
They're about to be ready to set up.
All right, guys, I am going to finally take a break. Thank you guys so much for listening. I'm going to hand it over to my next host, but they'll have to tell you who they are if they want to.
Gee, it sure was nice of GDQ to give me another hosting shift, eh, Luigi?
I hope they have lots of donations.
What up, GDQ? It's your boy Mike Feedback, back once again to host this surprise fusion run with JRP. I'm covering for a shift, so it's great to be back, and I am excited as hell to see you all once again. So GDQ chat, great to be back. Let's go ahead and get down to business, though, shall we? We have a $50 donation from Miles84 that says, congratulations to a fantastic Super Mario relay race by all runners. It was a thrill to watch start to finish. Now I'm looking forward to the Metroid Fusion 0% run. Here's hoping it doesn't accidentally turn into a 1% run. We have a $25 donation from Faf Guy and Spence that says, pulling for this epic comeback to happen by Team Birdo. Rally shots in honor of our boy, Grand Pooh Bear. We have a $50 donation from Anonymous that says, had to donate during the Mario Relay. I've been looking forward to this all week. Let's get to 1 million. Go Team Boom Boom. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, we are just under 33,000 from $1 million. And I don't know about you, but with the length of this upcoming 0% run, I think we can break that big 1 mil, so let's make it happen. We have a $150 donation from Anonymous that says, first time watching live and donating. Super Mario World is my favorite game ever and the first one I ever beat. Love watching you guys destroy it. Ditch Yoshi, but save the animals. By the way, once again, shout-outs to both GDQ chat, the GDQ attendees, our incredible technical staff, all of the runners, and everyone who has helped to make Games Done Quick this year an absolute success. You guys are the reason that we come back and do this every single year, so give yourselves a huge round of applause. And nobody claps for themselves. The self-deprecation is real. We have a $250 donation from David140 that says, what do you call a group of physicians who don't have any instructions on what to do? Doctors without orders. Donation goes to Reader's Choice. One moment. We have a $10.79 donation from Bust and Smash that says, I just explained the concept of donating to MSF to my 7-year-old, and he just had to donate every last cent he has. Aww. So here it is. Don't worry. I think I can reimburse him. That's sweet. Thank you so much, Bust and Smash. We have a $150 donation from Thanda that says, sitting on the couch on a quiet summer evening and very thankful for my wife for putting up with me gasping at the feats of skill by all the runners. Good luck, runners, and thank you, Harmony, for letting me watch this big stream. We also have another $250 donation from Anonymous that says, go Birdie, go Birda, go Birdoo, go Birdo! They didn't win, but they did really good. We have a $50 donation from Lord Licorice that says, props to the runners and extra props to the commentators for clearly explaining all the crazy tricks. I'll donate another $25 if Arthur Blues gives us his best Captain Lou Mario impression. We We have a $250 donation from Dr. Anonymous. I remember my kids playing Super Mario back when they were little. They're all grown now, but I'll never forget those happy memories. As a doctor, I have an incredible amount of respect for what MSF does, and I couldn't think of a better cause to donate towards. Put 150 towards saving the animals and 100 towards using Omnislash on Sephiroth. Final Fantasy VII just wouldn't be the same without that dramatic ending. We have a $150 donation from Anonymous that says, my wife and I have loved watching GDQ and the runners for the past 2 years. We love the event and the cause and wish everybody the best. Be safe and save the animals. By the way, an update on the Kill the Animals, Save the Animals incentive. Currently, Save the Animals leads with 95,000. I'm sorry, I just changed $96,000 to 94.8 on Kill the Animals, meaning Save the Animals leads by $1,100. We have a $200 donation from Anonymous that says, I've been away from home all week, so I haven't gotten to watch many of the runs, but I still had to donate to my favorite gaming event, along with AGDQ, of course. Thanks to all the staff and the runners. We also have a $500 donation from fandomservices.com that says, hello and good luck to all the runners from fandomservices.com. Had to donate during the Super Mario Relay. Great to see this dream become a reality this year. Donation goes to Kill the Animals because keeping the possibility of setting a record alive makes watching all the more exciting. We have a $2,000 donation from Special Circumstances that says, I'm proud of everybody involved with this event. Big shout out to Grand Pooh Bear for keeping me entertained over the past 18 months and compelling me to donate to a great cause. Let's go $1 million! Which reminder, we are $30,000 from $1 million, y'all. We have $200 from Sylphie that says, kill animals to the left of me, save them to the right, and here I am donating $200 for Pooh. Save the animals. We have a $1,000 donation from BK that says, this is Google money. I work for them and they will match this donation. Team Birdo, Team Boom Boom, Team Resner. We have another $1,000 donation from Leibniz that says, had to donate during the Mario race in honor of my favorite young boy on Twitch, Darbian. Oh, it's pronounced Leibniz. Oh, I'm so sorry. I butchered your name. Feel free to write a complaint to me later. I'm sorry. We have $150 from Isle Gato that says, save the frames, kill the hands, and the animals. We have a $250 donation from Peter that says, we have to get that Dark Souls bonus game incentive met. By the way, a quick update on that. Let me find that in my notes. Where are you, Dark Souls? Here we are. By the way, a reminder, Dark Souls with Kiln Skip is now a $50,000 incentive. We are currently at almost 4,000 of that. So if you want to see Bubbles Del Fuego with that sick Kiln Skip Dark Souls run, make sure you get those donations in now. We have a $200 misread. Oh, yeah, no, I got that. $200 donation from Gresh that says, long-time watcher, first-time donating. I must say that I've enjoyed watching all these talented runners celebrating each other's accomplishments while also helping people around the world. It is a great thing to witness and now be a part of. We have a $1,070 donation from Yuna Kitten that says, a couple months ago, my consoles were stolen in a home invasion. The speedrunning community came together to help me get everything back. As promised, I donated what was left of Smugathon to Doctors Without Borders so we can help even more people. Shoutouts to the Nala Smug Pride. Thank you so much, Unikitten, for that insane generosity. And on that same note, another $1,000 donation from Average Guardian that says, this week at GDQ has been the highlight of my year. So awesome to see my favorite streamer and great friend Pooh running in another GDQ event. Put this towards his choice of incentive, and good luck, Team Birdo. Good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we are going to go ahead and flip over to Metroid Fusion 0% with JRP2234. JRP, take it away.
So 0%?
0%.
Alrighty then. And 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
Let's do this.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Metroid Fusion 0%. Before we do any more explaining, we're just explain the first trick in the row. It just comes up really, really quickly. So what's this now? This is going to be called the climb. It's a series of about 6 wall jumps in a row, and they're pretty tricky to get. In this game, you actually wall jump away from the wall, like in previous Metroid games, like Super Metroid. Let's see if we can do it right here.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
It's okay. I'll not even go for another one. Okay.
Yeah, that trick is very deceptively difficult. Yep. It's very a very small window for those wall jumps.
Yeah, especially since it's very small platforms there too.
It's enough to get anyone a bit jumpy about it.
Oh, okay.
So you may have seen at the beginning, we started the run talking to this computer, and we're going to be talking to him for a lot of this run.
He'll be our best friend.
Yeah, he's going to be our best friend throughout the entire thing.
This game is a game of a lot of frame savers. As you'll see really quickly here, JRP will always, whenever he does a spin jump onto a platform, he always immediately shoot beam afterwards to set as neutral and start moving a lot faster. You'll see that throughout the entire run. It's very useful for movement, just in general in this game.
Yeah, it helps to stand up faster, and it's just too easy to do and save so much time. It's pointless not to do it.
Now, there's, like I said before, there's a lot of text in this game, and on English there's actually more text. I'll explain that really quick as well. So if you're playing the English version, the Japanese version has less text. It takes about 3 minutes over English. However, 0% is only possible on English instead of Japanese.
Technically, it's doable on Japanese version
fine.
as well, but
it's only RTA viable on English.
Yeah, the original 0% skip that was found years ago. It's about, I want to say it's 5 frame perfect jumps across 7 frames of error, which is like 0.13 seconds. And it's a lot of pause buffering, and it's very easy to miss.
It was by far the hardest trick in the run for the longest time.
Yeah.
You can still do it now, but like it's not worth it.
Yeah, so we found, I believe it was ZX497, I believe it was, who discovered that if by jumping into a respawning bomb block, you can get pushed out of bounds, and we can do this to skip one item that's otherwise unskippable.
Yeah. So to be clear, the reason we call it 0% is the story required items in this game do not count towards completion percentage. The completion percentage is strictly the optional items like missile tanks, E-tanks, power bomb tanks, along those lines. The one previously thought to be unskippable item is a missile tank. We'll be meeting him later in the run.
His name is Bob, for reference, by the way.
Yep.
So yeah, strangely enough, for most of this, for Fusion, it's a big departure from a lot of the other Metroids in that major items don't count for percentage. So it's only the missile tanks, the energy tanks, and the power bomb tanks. But we're going to be skipping all of those because they're just slow.
And right now we just got the missiles, which we're going to be using throughout the entire run. Only these 10 missiles though, nothing else.
So he's got all the missiles he's going to use for the run.
That's all he needs.
Yeah. The game is very generous to give him 10.
All the energy too as well.
Oh yeah.
And the power bombs later, of course.
You can already feel the energy of the situation he's in.
That part aside, while he's going through a text here, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. So I'm Mr. Shasta.
I am S-Grunt, sometimes with an underscore.
I'm Hercules Bench Press.
And that's JRP, of course, doing the run. He's the fast guy here.
Yeah, he is probably one of the best Fusion players I've ever had the pleasure of meeting.
Same
He's
here.
just really good at this game.
It's incredible, honestly. Like everyone, like there's a lot of really good runs in this game, but like for everyone else, he's definitely like bar none the best.
Good job on skipping that missile tank, JRP.
Thanks.
That's the worst one. It's very easy when running 0% to forget that you're running 0% and grab that missile tank since it's so free.
So we're to the first eye door in the game. These eye doors are completely random. Now, the worst looking get eye doors is 12 of these beams here before it opens up. That's extremely rare. I don't think anyone's ever gotten that.
I've actually got... As a matter of fact, the first 2 doors are the only doors that we see we can possibly see all 3, because we can use 2 missiles stacked on top of each other to skip around.
Yep.
They can go from 0 to 4. It's more likely to give them 1 to 3, but I have had the first 2 doors give me 12 beams
Oh
each.
my, of course.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. My condolences.
All right, so while we're talking about missiles, this is Arachnus X, the first boss of the game.
This, usually this is probably the hardest boss in a run, and I don't mean that jokingly. In any percent, you have 15 missiles, but he can roll, which, I mean, that's not, you'll have 20 missiles and it takes 15 to kill him, which isn't so bad. It becomes harder with 100% since you have to use a missile before the fight to grab an energy tank, so you'll have 19.
Not to mention the fight itself was a lot of luck as well, too. In that if he rolls, it wastes about 4 seconds. If he uses fire, it also wastes a lot of time, too.
And we saw 2 rolls during that fight.
That's not good luck. Usually it'd be a reset if you're doing a regular attempt.
And another thing that we saw JRP do was do a double missile, where he was able to have 2 missiles inside of the hitbox for the Corex after the fight was over and do double the damage. So after every fight, you're going to see him going for these weird kind of setup strats where he's going to try to lure the X into a position where he can hit 2 missiles on the same side. And that'll just effectively skip around and save 3 seconds every time he's able to pull that off. And it's the same thing with the I-doors as well, the first 2 I-doors. There are specific places that you can stand in that when you jump, shoot a missile, spin, and shoot another missile, you can stack them on top of each other and skip a round of I-door beams and cut out some of the RNG that's associated with them.
So just keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, it's very subtle, but it saves a lot of time. This game alone, it's just, since there's no like real major glitches other than the one in 0%, it's all based on movement. So it's really easy to lose some time to like a boss or something.
And here's SAX, the main villain of the game, I'd say.
So if you shoot the door, it will still blow it up for no reason.
She just really does not like that door.
The door's been mean.
Doors are bad, dude. I don't blame her, really.
We have a $50 donation from Sanders316 that says, "Hey JRP, Sanders here. I'm pulling a Dragon Fangs with my donation, but with far less cash. At the end of the run, I will donate another $100 minus $5 every death or missed bob skip."
Ooh, high stakes.
Hi, Sanders.
We also have a $101 donation from Stuhlen that says, "Metroid Fusion is the game I've been waiting for all week. Go JRP."
All right, so you got a little bit of text here, and then we go on to Sector 1. Sector 1, you have to be very conservative with your missiles, and especially so in 0%, because if you get hurt whatsoever, you will actually have less chances to actually get a missile drop compared to if you do get hurt, to get health drops instead.
Yeah, so the way this game works is if you're at full health, you're guaranteed to get missile drops if you're missing missiles, and vice versa. So if you have 10 missiles and less energy, you're guaranteed to get health drops. When you have less of each, I'm pretty sure there's more of a chance to get health than missiles, but I still might think it might be 50-50, though it seems to drop more health sometimes.
So these are the stabilizers. You have to kill 5 to exit Sector 1. And depending what pattern they give you, make sure you have to wait at least 5 seconds.
I believe the fastest the smoke can clear is when the background is brightest red. Ooh.
This is a space pirate room. It's basically luck if the space pirate's on the right side or not. The worst luck you can get is all 5 of them being on the right, but he got 2 there, which is really good luck.
Yeah, that was really good luck.
I took it really safe too.
I'm pretty sure 2 pirates is the standard. Any more than that is really unlucky, especially in 0%. If that room goes wrong at all, then it could possibly kill him. I should also mention that this run, he's going to be saving quite a bit because this run, this game alone,
it's very volatile.
Yeah, this game is very dangerous.
Yeah, and you can kind of imagine you're generally not to play with, no E-tanks and 10 missiles. It's quite challenging.
Everything in this game does a lot of damage, and I mean a lot of damage. In Sector 2 alone, the red Zoros on the ground do 45 damage. So if you're at home doing quick mental math, he can take 3 hits from those things. 2 hits, I'll have 9 health left.
There's enemy later on the run too, the key hunters, which will do
127.
127. Your entire E-tank in this case.
But that's only with the stingers out.
Yeah.
They'll do that. But yeah, a lot of enemies do a lot of damage in this game, and this run is really hard, and it's the reason why there's only a handful of people that have a single segment time.
All right, here's our next I-door.
Did you get that?
I don't think so.
No, I didn't. So you could do a standing double missile on the I-door there, but it's actually really difficult to pull off. A lot of runners do it though, and it's If it's 50 seconds, you do get it.
That run is that door especially because you have to have Samus on the as far as right as possible to where she's barely on the edge, and then do the double missiles.
He almost got a double-double there too as well, but
Yeah.
he tanked the last one.
Yeah, that first one that he did, it was very subtle and it was very easy to miss, but he was able to hit 2 missiles at the same time on that core. And we have the charger beam now.
Which is now the most OP weapon in the entire game, probably.
This weapon is
Ridiculous.
Really, it's ridiculous. The charge beam alone is 2 parts. Each part does 10 damage, and there's a flare every time it's released that does its 6 damage on its own. And this thing is used throughout the run, no matter what category. It's just too good to not use.
It's also useful for Sarris to get a 2-round kill
Yeah.
instead of like a usual 4-round.
Because you put the beam inside of Sarris' head, and it does half its health.
Yeah.
Whereas
And,
before that fight, it's like really hard because the boss in general moves around way too much to like
and the
comfortably
reason
shoot it.
the reason why we said that we only made it a point of the first 2 doors giving 12 beams is because at this point with the charge beam, a fully charged shot right in front of the eye, like point blank range, will destroy the eye door in 1 round. So the worst you can get is up to 4 at this point. Unless you somehow shoot the eye with an uncharged charge
I'm
shot.
sure you're all beaming at this news.
This is why you're on the couch.
Yeah.
We have $150 from Jared's Go that says, had to donate when I heard Bubbles was going to do a Dark Souls bonus run. First time donating, been watching for a while. Love what you do and keep it up. We also have an anonymous $15 donation that says, good luck on the Fusion run, JRP, and good luck to the Super Metroid runners later. Save the frames, kill the animals. Also, a quick update. We are $13,500 from 1 million.
We're so close.
We are
wow.
a stone's throw away, y'all.
Let's get during this run, everyone. Save and kill the animals next, after all.
We have a $150 donation from Warp and Rose. Says, I've been watching GDQ for a few years and have always enjoyed the events. Got my girlfriend interested, and this is the first event we've been able to watch together. Keep up the awesome work. Donation would go to Majora Blindfolded, but since we just can't throw my money at it, reader's choice. No save and kill. I'll be putting that towards the Dark Souls bonus game.
Zarga in the sector 2, which is full of a bunch of plants of notes. So like, at the very beginning of the sector, there is a bunch of these enemies, red enemies that are like giant larvae called Zoros. I heard said earlier, they do about 45 damage, which, yeah, it's 3 hits on you. So he has to be very, very careful to avoid them. Be able to do a lot of stress to avoid them coming up soon, which would be nice.
I will say though, like thinking about this run without knowing what's coming up, it's actually quite fantastic. Like the amount of movement to like what we do just to get through these rooms as quickly as possible. Like you will see JRP like running at almost at every moment that he possibly can without slowing down because we just have found so many ways to get through these rooms as quickly as possible without having to stop. And I think I should also mention that running is the fastest thing that you can do for Samus. So I believe every time she jumps, it's about 50% of her horizontal speed when she jumps. And I believe wall jumping doubles, I believe, the height of her jump when doing a wall jump. But yeah, as you can see, like through this first room, it's just so clean.
This room has a little bit of luck to it, though, because sometimes these Zoros go towards you, and it makes it hard to shoot missiles at them while you're moving.
Yeah, these Zoras are random with their patterns, so they can go one of 2 directions. And some are more fortuitous than the other. Like in the first room, if the one was going down, he wouldn't have had to kill it. He could just jump right over it. Same thing in the second room.
Hey, JRP, we have a $50 donation from C. Scotty W. That says, hi, JRP. You know that I'm going to ask you to do something dumb to get me to double my money donation, so don't worry. All I ask is that you get Nightmare Space Boost, and I will donate another $50. Donation goes to JRP's choice.
Oh, man.
Save the animals.
We also have a
Thank you.
$150 donation from Reticent that says, hey, SGDQ. I'm so glad I could catch most of the stream live this year. My friends and I watch every year, and all of the runners have been doing a fantastic job. This donation goes out to killing the animals. Save those frames.
All right, so you just got bombs right there. Unlike in previous Metroid games, you can't actually bomb jump in this game. The bombs come out way too slowly to do so. You can, however, like time your bombs so you get into the morph ball and then like jump off of it like that, but you don't really get much high off of that, really.
There are little tiny things that he's doing that I can point out. Like when he fell down that hole there, the reason why he didn't stay in morph ball is because if you fall from a great place, especially right there as well, where he unmorphed, the reason he did that was because if he fell from a good enough distance to where when he hit the ground he would have bounced, and it's faster for him to unmorph and morph again, so that way he can just hit the ground and keep going without having to do the little bouncing animation.
Yeah, this game's all about frame savers and little stuff like falling into the ball breaks there as well too. Just all saves frames. It really adds up.
Yeah, you're going to be seeing him do a lot of things. That charge beam, I hope you enjoy the sound of that charge beam being charged, because that thing is going to be charged the whole way through. There's no reason for him to keep that thing uncharged.
It's used in my ears personally.
Yeah. Please, music to my ears is beeping strats.
This is true too.
There's nothing better.
We have a $200 donation from Archem that says, hey, just got paid today, made some good tip money, and I'm in a great mood. I've been trying to save up for a new guitar, but this seems like a more worthy cause. I have enough of them as it is. We also have another $200 donation from Kevin199 that says, if only the announcer could read out gifts, but I'll have him describe it to you. It's that shot from Starship Troopers where the soldier looks to the camera and says, I'm doing my part.
Ooh, no ouch missile. You got one more try at it, JRP. You got it.
I believe in the swag missile.
Yeah. All right, so this is Zazabi. There tend to be some other names for this boss.
Very few of them flattering.
Very few of them flattering, yeah. So this gimmick is it wastes jumps before it opens up. So the first round it can waste between 0 to 3 jumps before opening up like it just did. The second round will be 1 to 4 and then 2 to 5. So the minimum amount of jumps that you can possibly get is 3, and the maximum is 12.
Right now, JRP's not getting the best luck. Got 2 in the first round and 4 in this last one.
So he's at 6. Ooh.
Let's see if we can get 5 right here. Oh, you got the best luck. Dang.
8 jumps, not bad.
I'm upset right now.
Unfortunately, 8 jumps is pretty much average, which is sad to say.
Yeah.
We want to see anywhere between 3 to 5, but we only seem to get like somewhere between 6 to like 9, which is awful.
Oh wow, we hit $1 million.
Yeah, we did hit $1 million, yeah.
Let's give a round of applause for that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have broken $1 million at SGDQ2017. Sorry, SGDQ, my bad. I'm a little tired too. We're all excited, but $1 million.
It's just too awesome not to make that mistake.
I love all of you. You're amazing.
Oh my God, I wonder
my
what
best
pushed
buddy.
us over.
So something that JRP was able to do that's very, very subtle is when he killed the Corex, there was, when it spawned in, the power-up spawned in, he was able to grab it immediately. And maybe if you played it casually, you would know that when you kill it, it has to go to like a weird spot in the room. Each power-up that from the Corex spawns in a certain area of the room, so it will always... it'll always spawn in that area. So if you can kill it on that spot, it'll spawn immediately without having to fly around and like land on that specific area.
So you see these cocoons right here? Once we get back to basically every single sector in the game, we visit at least one more time. And on the way back here, all these cocoons will be hatched, which is really cool, and I love that so much. But like, for real though, it's awesome.
Spoilers?
Hey,
please.
Hey, please.
You don't. Please.
But yeah, they become the key
I've
hunters.
never finished this game. I don't know what's gonna happen.
But they become more powerful enemies, and they're really, really cool. So stick around for that too.
This is my reminder for JRP to save in the next sector.
I did forget to save entering Sector
Yeah.
2, so I saved the next save.
I'll be reminding you throughout the run constantly to save.
We have a $200 donation from Gluttony 1 of 7 that says, let's make it to $1 million and save the animals. We also have a $150 donation from Anonymous that says, thanks for all everyone does. $100 from Imprisoned Animal that says, save me!
We'll save you later, don't worry.
Yeah.
So welcome to Sector 4. If you're wondering what happened to Sector 3, don't worry, we go back there later.
That's
This is
the important one.
Also, the only sector you enter going left instead of right.
Yeah, that's what I'd never understood why that this was the only sector that it goes left instead of right.
Neither have I. Like the other ones around this part of the ship, like there was right instead of left. This was just left for some reason.
I feel like there was just a designer who just was like, okay, we go to right every time. We got to have some
It was the
diversity here.
intern.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
It was the intern.
Everyone else decided the other ones. This one is just the intern here.
He flipped the room just to be different.
Yeah.
It's artsy. That's what it is.
Yeah.
They just didn't want any level to be left behind.
Why do you do this to us?
Because he likes watching you suffer.
It's true.
So if you haven't noticed already, each sector has its own sort of theme. This is the aquatic one. So there's going to be a lot of water here if you haven't been able to figure it out.
However, the water is electrified, so we need to go turn it off.
Yeah.
We're going to do that after the boss, though, so we got to go face Sarris coming up soon.
Hey guys, I don't mean to interrupt, but we have a $10,000 donation from the Yeti.
Go for it.
Damn.
That simply says 360 no scope, 1 million hype. And on top of that, we have a $3,000 donation from Dandy. That says, I'll be asleep before the Super Metroid run begins, so I'll try to be brief. Super Metroid was my first game as a paramedic. I admire MSF's work worldwide, and it's a travesty that nobody seems to consider the Metroid canon for these things. Save the canon, save the animals for once, and happy GDQ, everyone.
So coming up is Sarris. I feel like we should talk about him a little bit before he's on screen because he won't be on screen for very long.
Yeah.
So Sarris has 50 health, and I know I've seen a lot of casual players who, myself included when I played this casually, oh my, Joel, very nice.
It's already going to top that ladder there for wall jumping.
I have to distract myself. That is a very hard trick to pull off. It's possible to jump up there, but it's a very tight wall jump window.
So JRP is going to be going to the edge of the ladder over here and shooting the beam inside of Sarris, effectively doing half his health.
Ooh, no.
Let's go for a good pattern here.
That's bad.
Hopefully he's staying in
no.
front of him by the end of this part, but he's getting bad luck, unfortunately.
Oh, you dirty pause buffer.
Okay. Calm down there. Just wait for him to go in front of you.
What is this pattern?
This is a really bad pattern here.
Okay, so...
Okay. Why?
Oh, no.
Come on.
Okay.
I have never seen this
We want
before.
the pattern where it goes in between the platforms.
I've run this
Or
game.
right here.
I've run this game for
There
5
we
years.
go.
I've never seen that many troll patterns.
I've seen that. It happened to me like 8 times in a row before.
Okay, so I should explain that he doesn't always do that. He has 3 different patterns that he can do going from left to right. He can either snake across and then do a big arc around. He can snake through the platforms and then do a big arc around. Or he can do the pattern we saw about 8 times, where he'll just do an arc with no setup. And preferably, we want one of the other 2 where he snakes through the platforms or goes across them, because at that point it's predictable where he's going to be, so we can line up the 2-hit. And Sarris only has 50 health, and since our beam with the flare, with both parts, does 26, you can get up close and personal with him and hit him point blank and do 26 each time and 2-hit him, which is much faster than using missiles, since I'm pretty sure it takes 5 missiles from the current power that the missiles are at. But yeah, no, now that we've beaten him, we've gotten Speed Booster now, which is the going fast item.
We gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast. And you're going to be seeing him do something here that he's going to do all over the run, which is storing that Speed Booster charge.
It's called Shine Spark.
Yeah, so he can Shine Spark like this. And unlike in Super Metroid, it doesn't take any energy away from you.
Yeah, note that with that control panel he just touched, you're intended to go below afterwards. But if you store a shine spark right there, you can just spark right back out the way you came in.
Good low height.
It's got something called low height right there. So if you reset your neutral, you shoot in your beam, it seems at the ground right there. At the correct time, if you speed booster after that, you can get a shine spark that's lower than where you're supposed to get there. Allowing you to go on your platforms like what you just did right there. That takes about 5 seconds in that instance, though. Yeah,
usually when you use a Shine Spark, Samus jumps up off the ground and then does the spark. By unmorphing or in midair at a certain area and pressing A, you can just skip the startup animation where she jumps and just Shine Spark from where you're at, which is really helpful, but you're only going to see it, I believe, once or twice in the run, one now and one at like the very end, which is really tight to get during the escape.
I'm not sure there's not really a setup for it either, because you have not a lot of time for that last one.
Yeah, it's really difficult to get sometimes when going down, because it's a long fall and you gotta. It's
You have to have great timing on it.
Yeah.
Impeccable, if you will.
JRP, please save at the beginning of Sector 3.
How about? I will, don't worry.
Cool.
Like I said earlier, this is a really tough run.
I mainly the save because of Bob Skip coming up.
Yeah, that too.
So I should probably start talking about this now.
Yeah, we're getting close to it.
So Bob Skip was discovered last April by ZX.
Well, this method in particular.
In this method in particular, actually, yeah. It's only doable in the English version, so if you have the Japanese cartridge, it won't work. It's been fixed. Basically, what you do is you're gonna go from underneath Bob, and you're gonna see him like stand and facing to the left, and then right as it's a one-frame trick. So as the bomb block spawns, he's gonna jump and spin jump to the right, while spin jumping low enough to where he won't pick up the missile tank, and he'll be pushed out of bounds to the left. I believe at that point he will jump twice, look left, jump again, and he'll be pushed back inbounds on the other side of Bob. At which point he'll use a bomb jump, I'm pretty sure, unless he's a madman and goes for the jump over the tank, which is a much tighter window, to get over Bob and skip the missile entirely. And it's important to note that once we skip Bob and we pick up super missiles, Bob disappears from the game. Bob is tied to the room state that it's in, and after you pick up super missiles, the state of that room changes, and since the developers don't intend for you to skip that missile, it's just removed completely. So by doing this, you can pretty much lock yourself out of completing 100% if you don't pick it up and get super missiles and continue on, which is a little funny.
Thankfully, we have to worry about that all throughout the run. Even like if any category the game for most parts, you never go through the room again, in that area at least.
And this is the only like useful thing to do with this trick too, which is pretty incredible. There's another one in Sector 6 where you can do it, but it's TAS only because you need to press A. Like you need frame perfect unmorph and jumps and like remorphs or something like that.
Oh,
good story.
All right, that was really good. So you have a few frames there to actually store a shine spark.
Oh,
no. You should be fine now. Yeah,
right.
it doesn't kill you right there.
All right.
So yeah, you had a few frames there to store a shine spark on these features to block that you actually broke.
All right, so
So you're good. Now
All
it's
right.
time for Bob Skip.
Hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
All right.
All right, let's see.
Need to be
See if we can
quiet
get it.
for a second. Nope.
Nice.
Oh, there we go.
Yes!
All right, there we go.
Good job, JRP.
We have a
Nice one.
0% run, ladies and gents.
Yes, we do.
We gotta run everyone.
Let's hang on though.
We have a $500 donation from Rachel that says, "Hi SGDQ, this is such a fun event and thank you all so much for making this happen. 1.5 million hype." We also have a, where is it? I just saw it. We have a $20 donation from Phazon Knight that says, "Hey JRP,
Phazon.
Yo,
had
Phazon.
had to donate to your 0% run. All of the Fusion community wishes you good luck and hope you beat the hardest boss of the game, Magoo."
Hi, Phazon. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, Phazon.
By the way, can we get a Magoo in chat for JRP?
Yes, please.
Magoo.
Goo.
Magoo.
So anybody who doesn't know, Magoo is
Well, let's play
JRP's
the boss
cat.
first.
Yeah.
So this is the box right here.
We think
There's
the
actually a bit
missile.
of a quick kill you can do on him, and looks like you got it. That was really good.
That was really good.
If you don't hit box there, it's like when he's right near the wall, he'll actually keep moving towards the very left wall and just bonk against it.
Yeah,
which wastes a lot of time.
He'll start a jumping pattern as well, which wastes a lot of time. But boxes, it usually takes 10 missiles to kill. Also, those side hoppers do quite a bit of damage, so he's taking his time here, and rightfully so, because I believe 2 hits from those side hoppers can kill him at this point. But yeah, no, box usually takes 10 missiles to kill, and in any percent you usually have, I believe, 30 missiles by this point, or 25. So usually it's not a problem, so you just pump 10 missiles into them. However, 10 is all of the missiles you have here, so if you end up tanking a missile, you might be a little bad off, and you're going to have to use some charge shots. However, the way he started the fight, he jumped up and shot a charge beam into box and shot a missile as well. The reason he did that was not only to do some damage before the fight, but it was also to do some damage to him because it starts once he gets damaged, he starts a pattern that he's pretty much set into, where he won't, because unless he's damaged, he'll just run all the way to the left. Once he gets damaged, he'll start hopping around. Also, very nice frame perfect elevator.
That was good.
That was really good. Very clean.
Also of note really quick as well, JRP left Sector 3 there with 4 missiles, which he didn't get enough drops for that. If he didn't have 4 missiles, he could have either done, either farmed some of the enemies in Sector 6 beforehand, get 3 missiles, because he needs 3 missiles for a specific barrier in order to get through it.
However,
there's also a speed booster trick, or a shine strike, if you will.
he could have gone
they can
swag
do.
strats.
Yeah. Are you still going to do swag strats?
I mean, Joel, do you want to do swag
Why don't you
strats?
show it off?
I could try it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
But yeah, you have a little bit of a frame window to actually store a speed booster to get through the otherwise required missile block, or I guess barrier, whatever you want to call it. The big purple thing that requires super missiles to break.
So yeah, this is it's a backup strat. It's about the same time. It only loses about a second to do, but it looks really cool to do it anyway. The things that we do with Shine Sparks in this game in general is just really cool and really interesting sometimes. And there's several places, especially once you get Space Jump, you can do something called Space Boosting, where you can just use Speed Booster and Space Jump through several rooms. I believe there was a donation earlier that talked about Nightmare Space Boost, and that's there's a Space Jump or a Shine Spark in this game. That's the longest spark in the game. All Metroid games have it. And it just goes for, I believe, like 5 or 6 rooms. And it's really cool looking.
So yeah, that requires some missiles to break normally, but he just speed boosted through all of them.
Yeah.
We have a $1,000 donation from Anonymous.
Nice.
Says, there are only 4 animals to save, but 2,100 frames. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. We also have a $512 donation from Missing Number 199 that says, wild missing number appeared. Save the animals incremented by 255. It's super effective. Kill the animals incremented by 255. Critical hit. Majora's Mask Gary incremented by $2. It's not very effective. Mad props to all the runners, staff, and announcers.
So
that you think right there is very tempting to get, because you get in every single category, but it's just right there.
Boo.
It doesn't waste time.
Reset. You didn't get a good pattern.
Rip checkerboard.
Unacceptable.
No checkerboard.
Rip.
So the Sector 6, it's the dark sector. The blue X that were floating around, he can only stun them at the time because he doesn't have Varia suit yet. So the blue X, the way they designed it is very interesting. After he picks up the Varia suit, they show intelligence, which I think is a very nice touch.
I love it so much.
Also, Joel Knight, good job remembering to save.
Thank you.
But yeah, no, if he picks one of those up by accident, they do, I believe, 82 damage or 84 damage.
I think it's 80.
It's somewhere in the 80s, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really high, and it's just devastating to pick one of those up, especially in this run. And like we said earlier, everything does a lot of damage in this run, and it's just, it's scary.
Speaking of which, this boss also does a lot of damage to you if not done correctly. Basically, this is a giant Core X, and the strat for his boss is actually go inside of him to do a ton of damage to Charge Beam. However, you don't have beams or enough health to do all the beam shots. You have to do a few of them and then just stay away afterwards.
Okay.
And just do pot shots at him.
No.
I will say, this is the first part in the run that's actually a major threat, is this fight. This is where a lot of 0% runs tend to end sometimes for when you're going for a single segment, as well as some bosses later on. And believe it or not, there are a lot of things in this run that'll kill you, and it's not always the bosses that are the real run enders, but it's at this point where things just become a lot more difficult, and the threat of dying is elevated. So yeah.
Not to mention everything that's floating around John Correx as well, so you can just steal one of your shots and just like eat it, and you get hurt because of it. So let's see if we can do it again.
Yeah.
We have a $50 donation from JRP223488 that says, hi JRP, doing well mate, mom, dad, Jake and Magoo from down under. Aussie, 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 oi oi oi, go Blues.
Oh no. They should be fine for us.
This should be good.
So of note as well too, game dilemmas on this Core X is in particular very hard because there's not only a lot of walls you can jump off of, which is usually how I get set for them.
Hey.
Nice. The best thing you can do is reset your neutral in midair and just like float just a little bit by pressing A and B over and over again. just kind of float for a little bit in order to actually set up for a double missile. It's still a little difficult. But now after you have the various suits, just like Herc said earlier, all the SSs are now just going to be running away from you. They don't realize it in this stream, but in the next stream, they see them all just run away. After before, they're trying to kill you by going inside of you.
And if you notice now...
I love that detail so much.
If you notice now, all of the enemies in the sector have spawned. So getting out of here is a lot more dangerous than it was to get in, because not only does... because you no longer have to worry about the blue X, you have to worry about all of these random patterns from the enemies, and it's awful. The worst of which being the puffers that you see floating around here. They have 4 different directions that they can go in, and all of them are awful. Like, none of those patterns are good, but this leaving has been very, very good.
We have a $1,000 donation from Stravaris.
Nice.
What's up, Stray?
Stray, dude.
Says, JRP awesome Bob Skip. Good luck on the rest of the run. Kill the saves, frame the animals. Am I doing this right?
Thanks, Stray.
We also have a $256.08 donation from Ingenious Clown 42 that says, I'm never not excited to see a GDQ happen and always hyped to see the 2D Metroid games broken. Let this go to the bonus Dark Souls run. We also have a $150 donation from Dude Mans that says, it wouldn't be right to not donate during 2 of my favorite games. After a long day at work, this is just what I wanted to come home to. Also, save the animals because I've always wanted one of those cute Edakuns as a pet.
Honestly, same. They're pretty cute.
We have a $75 donation from Steb85 that says, save the animals. If it weren't for them, we never would have learned how to pull off wall jumps and shine sparks. We have a $150 donation from Candy Cat that says, frames be overrated, save the animals, my daughter will thank you.
Of note, by the way, this is the last sector we have not visited yet, Sector 5. Is the Arctic sector, and everything is frozen over. So if you went here beforehand, after you unlocked the level 2 doors there, you have actually just frozen over and kept getting hurt once you get to the ice section of this place.
We have a $500 donation from Urix that says, Super Metroid hype! God, I just love you guys. Thank you so much. We have a $200 donation from Isaac111 with no comment. We also have a $150 donation from Anonymous that says, keep it up, you're all doing beautiful work. $50 from Anonymous that says, just in case someone is in world record pace, kill the animals.
Sector 5 has a lot of movement stuff too in particular. That's what this game in general has a lot of movement in general, but like, there's about 5 minutes of straight movement, I'd say, in this entire area, just after you get the super missiles. And yeah, or ice missiles rather, excuse me.
There is a point too where there is a bit of a thing that he can do where he could just completely forget to grab the ice missiles and just go back and forget to activate emergency.
Yes, there is.
So someone by the name of Secret Key, who ran this game, was made famous he's famous for doing it. So every time someone ends up grabbing or unlocking the yellow doors and just leaving the sector after that without grabbing ice missiles, we call a secret key, which coincidentally, during our any % tournament that we had, I believe it was one of the top 8 runners, Rasu, who was going against Eagle and was having a really good run when he forgot to grab the ice missiles and kind of buried him at that point, which was unfortunate.
The thing that makes that so difficult, that's so easy to forget as well too, is I go through this entire session about 3 times to start the run, basically the same way.
Yeah, like it's really easy to forget, especially since from running the game so much that like you go in one loop and it's like, okay, cool, and then you have to do another loop and then you have to leave. But it's so easy to just forget from doing so many runs. It's like, okay, I did the loop, now I can leave. And it's just like, oops.
Yeah, well, it's kind of understandable. It's enough to drive anyone loopy.
Why do you do this to us?
Why? Eskrun, please. Oh, okay, now we have the ice missiles. And the ice missiles allow us to freeze enemies. And I don't think that they're very useful other than in a few places that we're going to use them. So, they're kind of like just an added effect to just let us progress through the game a little bit more. They add a little bit more damage, I'm pretty sure. Actually, I take that back. I believe they don't add any more damage. And JRP, you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, because I'm pretty sure they keep the same damage value. They just have an ice effect to them now.
Pretty sure they do slightly more.
Okay. Because I know that there are some missile upgrades that do more damage, and then there's some that don't. So But yeah, no, we have ice missiles now. We can freeze enemies, which...
It makes things a little bit harder because, like, before you used to shoot missiles get through them. Now if you use a lot more charge beams to do so.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Now charge beam is like the main weapon because ice missiles will freeze the enemy and then kill it on the next hit, whereas
it makes it a barrier as well too, so you have to like jump over it and you can't like run over it.
Oh yeah, it's also I should everybody in the chat. It's required that you spam emergency in Franco Z for this part.
In Franco Z, dude.
Emergency in Franco Z.
I can't quite hear what the woman is saying. What is she saying?
Emergency in Franco Z.
Oh,
6
okay.
minutes till main Magoo explosion.
Yeah, main Magoo explosion.
Ming Lee.
Adam, tell us what's wrong.
What is that, Adam?
Emergency in Sector 3?
Gasp.
What? Okay.
We have 6 minutes, everyone.
This, honestly, to me, is the most, probably the best part of any run, because it's just so movement heavy, and there's just so many, like, just subtle movement things that you can do to just move quickly through each room using ice missiles.
It's really awesome.
It's like an eloquent dance.
Yeah, you will be moved by this sequence.
I forgot to
Gross.
say
Okay, that was
too.
really easy.
Yeah.
I'm calling you out on that one.
Don't worry, we'll turn up the heat on this soon enough.
Okay, that was fair.
Okay.
You get high five for that one. We need a better one. There we go.
You were so quick-witted in like the worst way sometimes. I love it though. It is the best.
We have an anonymous $1,000 donation.
Speaking of turning up the heat.
Oh, damn.
With no comment, and in addition to that, we have a second $1,000 donation from Chap21. That says, just chipping in.
So there is a song, actually. I don't know if you two know it, but...
I know it.
Good guy Jagger G, who runs mainly the low percent categories of this game, 1% and 0%.
You might have seen him race that with Kirby Master and Biospark at previous GDQ.
Yeah, he's very good at this. It's at the low percent categories. He doesn't run any like 100%, and I don't think he runs any percent. Or
I think he does.
I think he did, but he just stopped because he didn't enjoy it, or something. But yeah, no, he is very big into the what do you call it? These are the low percent runs for Fusion. But he made a little song actually to go with the background music that plays during the emergency area.
By the way, really quickly here, he's gonna shoot through missiles through his doorway because it'll automatically freeze that last one there, the last stretchy, in order to get through there, and it'll freeze them so you can jump up to the eye door and get to the main boiler room.
Bark, look at the Franco Z bark. Look as he barks so free. Bark, 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 bark,
Bark Franco Z.
Speaking
That's
of Franker Z, we have a $160 donation from Piet Riot that says, "My pupper will be sad if I don't save the animals. Good luck to JRP for the 0%."
Also, emergency's over. Ban anybody who posts emergency in Franco Z.
They're gonzo.
The onion ring beam is what I like to call this.
So yeah, as fun as it was to get in here, he still has to get back out, which is just as difficult with low health here. So it's pretty interesting.
Oh, the lava is hot, and therefore hurts you.
It is very, very hot. This whole place is like an oven.
Basically, now he has the wide beam, and it doesn't really... I don't think it does more damage, right?
It does do more damage, actually.
It does. Okay.
So the interesting thing here is wide beam, which is surprising because you never see it in any other Metroid game. I think it goes by another name, but it's less important.
We know it as the Spacer in Super Metroid, for example.
The wide beam does 15 damage per hit, and since it has 3, it can do up to 45, which is really interesting because there's a boss later by Nightmare. After we get Plasma Beam, which it would be faster to fight him if we still had the wide beam. Once you pick up Plasma Beam, your damage goes down significantly. So a full charge shot with 3 particles for the wide beam will do 45 damage, but with the plasma beam, it'll do 27 per frame. And since Nightmare's face is only is very shallow and it can only be in him for 1 frame, you're only doing 27 damage. So it's gonna be a bit of a long fight, especially in this category. If you've seen Kirby Master's 100% SGDQ 2013 run, he did Nightmare with 1% strats, and it's going to be the same run, however, or the same fight, however, except he's going to have 5 less missiles, so he'll rely solely on the charge beam for the most part to do the makeup damage that the 5 missiles would do.
Not much of the fact that he has only 1 health. I was in 1 E-tank, so...
I mean, he could have 1 health if he wants to up the stakes.
Do it. You're not down.
The scary part about that, though, and this is very, I'd say, 30 minutes now or so from this point? Because
yeah, I'd say about that.
Is Kill the Animals ahead?
Currently, Kill the Animals is trailing by $3,300.
Good.
Good, because we're about to go save those animals. Fantastic. Woo! All right. So yeah, it's not an option in this game. You have to save the animals.
It's required, or else you literally can't complete the game.
These animals are the worst, though. As lovable and as cute as they are, they can lose you so much time, and you have no way of manipulating it.
It's complete luck.
Although, if there is a way to manipulate it, we have no idea how. Which, if someone finds a way, please let us know. That would save for a lot of annoyance.
A lot of heartbreak.
Yeah, because these animals, they can either leave their habitat area very quickly, or they can go really, really slowly.
It's about a 10-second difference, right?
It's
a lot of time.
It's a long time, and 10 seconds in a speed run, it's an eternity.
Especially like this, where like you want to save as many frames as you can. There's a bunch of methods to do so. It really adds up. I do want to make a comment on that. That's shine break that he got. So before, what we used to do is we run a little bit further to the right, and we try to get
Bye.
Bye. Goodbye. We'll see you soon. This is an example of bad animals.
There we go.
So what we would do is we would go to the right of like that little like access panel, and then we'd run and try to do a frame perfect or semi-frame perfect. I think there's like a few frames of leeway. You would store it on there, and then you would fall down and then use it. However, if you go a little bit further to the left and start from the left, you can run over the block while still breaking it at the start of the Shine Spark, and then have a few more frames to store it. So it's a little bit more consistent, and it's very consistent once you learn it, and it's not that difficult to learn. Also, I encourage anybody to run this game. This is a fun game.
It's a very, very fun run.
It's a fun run, though it will steal your soul if the more you play it.
It's because like once you get a decent time, it's like, but I could have like a 49 or something. But once you get 49, it's like, I could have a 47. And it just like keeps going back and forth over and over like that.
I will say, putting like a solid week of practice into this run, like doing segmented practice, like going from major item to major item.
Save room to save room.
Yeah, you can probably get a sub 50 time pretty quickly. I'm pretty sure like when I was running the game, and I know when JRP was running it, we both got to like sub 50 rather quickly. At a certain point, we got sub hour, and once we hit sub hour, we just kept shaving off just minutes of the time. And I really encourage everyone to do it because it's not that hard of a run, and it's all movement based. There's no hard tricks you got to learn. It's a really fun run.
Optimizing it is hard though, at least.
Yeah.
This is a game that really requires a lot of optimization, a lot of care, and knowledge of the game too. Like just shave off a lot of time in general.
Yeah. So right now, JRP is going back to... Wow, we're already halfway through the game.
Yeah, we are.
Oh my God. He's going back to Sector 5 to go get the power bombs. And the power bombs, in this game, they give you way too many, I will say. And that is not an exaggeration. They give you more than you will ever need.
Yeah.
74.
74, yeah. That's with all of the power bomb expansion tanks. And I'm pretty sure with the super missiles, it's 255.
250, right?
I think it's 250 or 255.
I think it was 250. Either way, it's a ton.
And then you have 20 E-tanks. So at the end of the run, if you're doing 100%, you are just way, way overpowered.
That's just because like it's literally 100 of each tanks, right? Or excuse me.
There's 100 expansion tanks. Yes.
Yeah, expansion tanks. Yes, my bad.
Since they
not
don't
each one.
Since they don't do major items. Another thing that JRP didn't do here because he saved, you can usually get a Shine Spark going into that room and store it, and then jump over some of the shots to not get sniped by the enemies there, and you can use it through the other room to just save like it's probably only like 3 seconds, but
I think it's like 1 second.
It's a really short time save.
It's very minute, but it's like
It looks really cool.
it looks really cool. And there's a
You'll
lot
see
of
it later though.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of things you can do in this run that just they might not save a lot of time, but they look really cool. Like there's a 2-second time save in Sector 6 he could have done where he stores a Shine Spark and then uses it from the recharge room all the way back to the nav room. It's kind of ridiculous. All right, so coming up here, actually, now that there's no Super Kago, he's just gonna roll into this room and just gonna lay a power bomb. I think I heard a shot. I don't know what that was about.
Must have been bats.
The music changed. Oh, someone's shooting at him. That's weird.
What was that? That was weird.
I don't know. That was very
Rude.
weird. So for that, that's a designated SAX chase. The problem is you never get to see SAX on the screen because you're just moving too quickly.
We're too fast.
Yeah.
That's a very smooth room, by the way.
Yeah, there's that's the alternate way to do that room the second time through.
It's the coolest way to do it.
Oh yeah.
But of note, going through that last room there, he actually let go of his charge beam on while he was inside the loading zone for the door. Now shoot the charge beam on the first frame he got out the door. So in that case, allow him to go hit that barrier and lock it immediately.
I completely forgot to mention that.
Yeah, we forgot. We forgot to mention a lot of stuff,
There's a
honestly.
lot. This game is so dense that we might forget some things.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff
there's
to it.
a lot of stuff in here that it's just running it for so long. You just tend to forget some things sometimes because it's just so ingrained.
We just
that
think
you
people
do
already
it.
know it because it's just how this game is.
So
Now I'm
As long as you don't
gonna
forget to grab the ice missiles.
yeah,
I'm gonna say because there's the room called the spitter room.
Oh yeah,
Basically,
yeah.
there's guys on the ceiling that spit at you, and they do like 80 something damage,
and
and they're pretty hard to avoid. So it's pretty much playing the lottery at this point.
Not only do they have spitters, there's about 8 spitters in that room, or 6. There are enemies on the ground that will close up, that are covered in spikes, that will hit you while you're trying to get a speed boost through that room. It's
weird.
It is one of the worst rooms in the game, and we've hit right now like the halfway point of the run, where there's going to be a lot of
awesome action.
a lot of like boss fights that are going to be happening, and they're going to be like very
back to back, very quick.
It's a boss.
It's very
gauntlet.
awesome.
It's like a boss gauntlet. It's like the end of a Mega Man game, pretty much, where you're just fighting, like refighting all the bosses, except it's just in a row.
Hi, Ridley.
Yeah.
Hi, Ridley.
I would
Bye, Ridley.
like to ask that during these fights, no donations are read, so he can focus because these are very tough fights.
Ooh, so close.
Yeah, I had a little bit of missed space in there because of the first pair hitting him. That's why getting the speed boost for off in time.
Yeah.
Good call on the save in that case.
Well,
All right, let's try that again.
time to do this again. Hi, Adam.
More text. You're probably going to do it during this.
Having deja vu.
Anytime the Adam text is on the screen, go ahead and read some donations. There's
Yeah.
not a lot going on.
Then we have a $200 donation from Paul Antares that says, played Fusion a ton when I was a kid, so it's great to see such a crazy run. Thanks for the awesome event. We have a $100 donation from Sayend04 that says, save the speedrun, kill the animals. We have $150 from Anonymous that says, save the frames, kill the animals. We have a $200 donation from Anonymous that says, one of the family is a surgeon who generously donates her time to travel abroad and help out those less fortunate. In her honor, I make this donation as I really can't understand the struggle doctors can go through by traveling abroad and offering their services. MSF is a true blue charity and deserves such amazing swag strats through all of everyone's childhood games. Also, I'd normally donate to Save Kill the Animals, but Bonus Game by Bubbles must donate money to that bonus Dark Souls game.
There we go.
There we go.
Awesome.
By the way, if you didn't get that, there's actually a mistake in that last room there that is really hard to avoid. And if you don't get the speed booster going through our last room, you kind of have to very trickily avoid that. That's even possible.
There's a missile tank where if you lay a power bomb, you can get through it. But the most consistent way is to do a speed booster underneath it. I'm pretty sure it's nearly impossible to skip that, and if so, it's a super tight window to get that.
Yeah, it's like two blocks basically.
Yeah, it's like the same as trying to jump over Bob.
Same, by the way.
Yeah. Oh wait, JRP, did you save?
You save it right now.
Okay.
It's better to
ship's really
save
weird.
after the ship. You don't have to go through the text again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's important to note that like he saved after, because if he had saved before and then he was to die, hopefully he doesn't, but if he were to die at Yakuza, he would be spawned at the ship, but the conversation he had with Adam would not have happened, so this area would not be accessible yet. And this, I'm pretty sure, is what we call the Yakuza Gauntlet, because it's just awful. So
Kinda.
yeah,
It's really cool when done. It looks really cool when done correctly, though.
All right, here comes the first boss.
Yeah, the first
There
boss.
we go.
Nope, that's the first boss.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good job.
They have a very tight frame window to actually jump over that E-tank right there.
Yeah, it's that. I'm pretty sure it's like a 4-frame window. I'm pretty sure to skip that.
Something like that.
It's really tight
And
timing.
he got that without even like struggling whatsoever. Like he didn't even stop or anything. He just straight went for it.
I mean, that jump is pretty much free. Let's
but
be honest
still,
there. Yeah. All right, so coming up is going to be Yakuza. Man.
One of the biggest luck bait bosses in the entire game.
Yeah,
if not the biggest.
I'm gonna stop talking so I can concentrate.
Yeah,
I'll
we'll explain
after.
afterwards.
Whoops.
I will say now, this part is complete luck, and you want Yakuza to immediately open up and start shooting flames at you. But he got the worst luck now,
He
which is
got,
4 on Yakuza.
he got the 4-round Yakuza.
Now once he gets the purple,
Oh,
once he gets the purple like this, he wants to get his health about halfway done, which will get to the second phase. Which is the head spinning all the way around the room, basically is what it is.
JRP, I didn't use Paul's more strats.
Alright, here we go. This part's hard. Ooh. It's not for you, everyone. The swag powerbomb. Okay, now.
Well, the powerbomb, he lays the powerbomb there so that the X will fly to it, to a predictable spot so he can grab them, so they're not flying all over the room trying to chase.
That's what I figured.
He's going for the sweet spot. No. Oh, maybe not.
See, Yakuza is one of the most difficult bosses casually, and he beat that one E-tank in 10 missiles.
Yeah. I will say the second phase of that fight, the second phase is really difficult. However, with the charge beam, it's the charge is so perfectly timed with when you hit him and when he jumps and becomes vulnerable again, so where you can just keep staying under him and firing up into him and recharging the charge beam immediately, and you'll be able to hit him consistently every time. It's not as bad as it looks, but it's pretty difficult when he gives you some pretty bad patterns there. A lot actually did happen during that fight, and there's a lot that's going to happen coming up too. So at the beginning of the fight, you saw him jump up and shoot charge beams and missiles at Yakuza, or at the ceiling, because once you hit the ground, that's when Yakuza actually spawns, like his sprite actually spawns. So you can jump up and damage him before he starts crawling around the room. He also can crawl around between 1 to 4 times, the first time being the first initial one when he climbs down from the room, and then 3 more times where he can climb down, do once, and then set himself, and then open up. Usually in any percent, he would have a lot more E-tanks where he can just jump into its like his little claws or whatever, his legs, and you can like shimmy out of it and essentially skip a round. But with 1 E-tank, with 99 energy, it's a little dangerous to do that, because I'm pretty sure for each second it's like 4 or 5 damage. So it tends to be a lot of damage. We just did a Sax chase that he got away from. Usually you'd have to go all the way to the left, wait for Sax to come in the room, leave, and then continue on, but you can just shoot the block and run away. Coming up is Natori, the golden statue boss. So this one is actually... I don't think he should need serious time for this boss, but I'm going to go ahead and start explaining anyway. So when you get into this room, there are some Samus Eaters on the ground, and he's going to have a few platforms. He's going to lay up some power bombs to not only clear the room of the pollen, and you can see he's standing on the far right side, so that left plant doesn't shoot. If Samus is standing in a specific spot, that plant won't fire, so that way Samus can just fire as many times as possible without getting hit and having to worry you get hit.
You can also stand right next to it on the far right. It's very precise.
So for you can see him laying power bombs, and this is the only boss in the game that actually is damaged by power bombs. So it's every time he does it, he's dealing damage. And this boss is pretty easy. It's just read and react for the most part. There's not a whole lot of setup that has to be done here.
Grab the one that says knots. This gives me missiles.
So this one takes 5 missiles to kill, and you can see he's jumping up and then shooting downwards. He's doing downward double strats, which are pretty easy. Well, they're pretty difficult.
They're a little tricky still.
They're a little tricky, yeah. Which
He got them perfectly. Now you have the plasma beam out of that.
JRP, I would like to congratulate you on your downgrade in beam.
Thank you.
But it looks so cool though. It sounds amazing.
At this point, his beam is broken.
Ooh,
very nice.
That was a really hard strat. Nice.
Okay, so that's frame perfect pretty much, where you can get knocked to the left and get bonked out of your Shine Spark, and it saves time for the bonking animation, which
saves
is
a few seconds.
Careful. All right. That Key Hunter right
will
there.
do your entire E-tank of damage.
If you were on a deathless run and he comes at you stinger first, he will deal 127 damage, and it's almost impossible to react to him.
Yeah, that would really sting.
He ends.
Yes, it would.
He has ended more runs than you would think, and it's at a certain point you would think we would learn to deal with it, but sometimes you just forget.
Yeah.
Or he'll just play not so nice.
Sorry, JRP. Remember this Nightmare Space Boost.
Yeah, do Nightmare Space Boost.
Please do it.
I could try.
Nightmare Space Boost is pretty difficult because you'll have to go through 6 rooms with broken doors, and broken doors are really bizarre. Unless you have upward momentum going through them and you're at the top of them, it will just put you on the ground in the next room, and you won't even continue your jump. It's ridiculous. So doing that through 6 rooms is really difficult, though there's a runner by the name of Paulsmore who goes for it consistently and can get it. And what's even more impressive is that he has, I believe, a 46, and he plays on keyboard.
Yeah.
Which
puts an emulator.
Which blows my mind.
Agreed.
I could never play this game on keyboard.
Neither can I, but it's what we're most comfortable with, I guess.
Also, I feel like we should...
Yeah, serious time for this.
Oh, yeah.
Got time for donations after this, I hope?
After it.
Yeah.
What do we need for this?
For Nightmare Space Boost?
Yeah. We're good.
Okay.
It's a difficult trick, like you said. You got the whole build-up, but he's got to do it now.
Oh, yeah. He didn't go back for the charge.
What?
So, yeah. Okay.
Oh. I see what you're doing.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh.
Dang.
Ooh. Close. Yeah.
So if you did a regular Shine Spark through there, you actually fly through about 5 rooms. Bunk is this wall right here. Oh god, hello.
Wow.
JRP, please. You're going to give me a heart attack over here?
I was out of sync.
So I feel like I should give a shout out to pretty much the only other person that runs 0% who wanted to be here but couldn't be, and that's JC89. Ever since last April, since we found the Bob Skip, me and him have been pretty much the only 2 runners for 0%, or any 2 active runners until JRP picked up 0%. And we're a very, very small group of runners for this because it's just so hard and so daunting of a task to run this category.
There to save. Okay, good.
Thank you for saving, JRP.
Yes, you're gonna need that.
Are you gonna do one without the cheese strats?
I will, yeah.
Okay.
So there's 2 ways you can fight Nightmare. You can do the cheese strat, which is just make it go around in circles for 3 or 4 minutes. Or you can just keep shooting at it and making it stop and move towards you. But it's really easy to get hit.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go for the fast strat.
Yeah.
So no first fight as well. He's going to immediately skip the first phase by shooting a charge beam into Nightmare's core. Unless that doesn't do that in 0%. Looks like he's not doing that. Okay.
0% we do something completely different because it's the health is the most important thing that we need for this fight.
Makes sense.
So basically he just... Okay, so what he's doing is he's luring him up to the top of the room to kill him as high as possible, so that way when his gravity starts, he can fire charge beam shots up while Nightmare glides down. And I'm going to stop talking for this final phase.
It's really hard.
Okay.
All right, bring it back.
Looking good.
Oh.
No.
One more hit and he's dead.
He's got this.
Yeah, it's easy.
I mean...
Ugh.
He's fine.
He'll be fine.
No, he's not.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. That is the worst pattern to get, because he can fly right into you. This boss is really tough. It's got a lot of health. This was the boss earlier when I was talking about it. It would be much easier to fight him with wide beam because you would do more damage with your charge shot, because now he's only doing 27. But since the plasma beam does 27 per frame, it would be helpful if Nightmare's hitbox was a little bit bigger and could do more than 1 frame of damage. But for now, I'm pretty sure he's just going to go for the cheese strats, where he's going to lock him into.
Go for the.
He's going to lock him into an endless loop, and he'll just fly around in circles and just shoot him in the face every single time he does a pass by. So I feel like I should mention here, it's impossible really to manipulate Nightmare in his third mode, in his third phase, except unless we lock him into this loop. Nightmare's a lot like the Mega X core, where he will just try to chase Samus. But when he's done this movement here, where he's flying to the left, he will take a random pattern. Like, you don't know where he's going to fly until he moves.
Easy one.
And the reason that we can never predict until where he's going to be after he's done moving from slowly to the left is because before he focuses on Samus, he focuses on an invisible dot that's in the room, that's in every room that there's an X. So the X, when they are flying around and they just seemingly are just flying randomly, they're usually just following this little point that's flying around a room that they congregate to. The same goes for Nightmare. Once he starts to move, he'll start following this dot originally, and then he'll readjust and focus on Samus. Though when he's focused on Samus, you can lock him into this pattern that you're seeing right now, where you can keep jumping over him and shooting him as he swoops back down. It's really consistent. It's really slow when you're going for a good time, but it's pretty safe to do.
Really quick, just to interrupt you really quick, we have a $1,400 donation from Germ128. That just says, winky face. We have a $100 donation from Ed Insurgent that says, placing an order right now for my favorite dish, Dakaras with a triple side of Edakun's deep fried in an exploding planet. Menu price, $100, high in protein, low in frames. We have a $100 donation from Zan Damascus that says Metroid Fusion was hard enough casually. Doing it fast without pickups is crazy. Great run so far and good luck in the last stretch. We must save some animals, so to balance it out, let's kill them in Super Metroid. We have a $25 donation from Nate215 that says, I've never been really into games done quick, but I'm sure that a lot of other people do, so here I am. You guys work hard. Hope this helps. We have a $50 donation from Andrew that says, my usual GDQ donation, my usual GDQ request, kill the animals. We have a $125 donation from Anonymous that says, this space is intentionally left blank. We have a $50 donation from Abnormal Void that says, whoa, put this for Tifa being named Beefaroni. We have a $50 donation from the Man of Pokemon that says, hey everyone, I don't typically watch this stream, but my friends were interested, so here I am. I hear one of my favorite streamers behind the donation streaming. Oh, hey, man. And because of that, and my overwhelming need to donate my money to charity, I decided I would. This can go to Reader's Choice.
All right. Good fight. Good fight.
Very good fights.
We have a $150 donation from Alex156 that says, happy to be donating to Doctors Without Borders during my favorite Metroid games.
No triple-double, though.
Putting this towards some bonus Dark Souls.
JRP, I am docking points on my spreadsheet for you using cheese strats, though. And for pause buffering earlier.
So now there's a gravity suit. So now just go through all this water that I went through very slowly to get up to Nightmare. Very quickly now, because it's just like regular surface.
Yeah,
at this point.
There are a lot of enemies that do a lot of damage in Lower Sector 4. I say in Lower Sector 4, there are a lot of enemies that just do a lot of damage, period, in this game.
It's ridiculous.
It just gets worse. And I don't know if you've noticed, there's a very strange consistency that they just overlooked, where in Sector 1 it took one regular missile to kill a space pirate, but now to kill a space pirate, ever since Yakuza, it takes 3 missiles, and your missiles are upgraded, so they do more damage. So they just up the hit point value on the space pirates, which is...
I'm gonna die to the fish.
Deep strats, let's go.
No, not 1% fish.
We have a $150 donation from Alan that says, gotta donate during a Metroid run. Metroid Fusion is one of my favorite GBA games. Shout out to the sound crew and everyone behind the scenes who make these GDQ events possible. We also have a $100 donation from Blaze that says, great run so far, breaking some of my favorite games in ways I never knew possible. Can't think of a better cause for my money than Doctors Without Borders.
Nice.
Putting this towards bonus Dark Souls.
That was very, very safe right there, and I'm kind of impressed, honestly.
I mean... Joel, I'm proud of you for doing beeping strats. I'd have it no other way. And the beeping is music to my ears.
I don't know, that sounds a bit fishy to me.
This is the best song in the game, dude.
Oh, goodness. Oh.
I'm upset.
What? You made the beeping go away, Joel. What are you doing? It's not exciting. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, you're pretty much right.
We have a $100 donation from P. Diggity Dog that says, I might not make it for Super Metroid, so I have to donate now. Thanks for everyone involved for this great event, and thanks Gina for putting up with this twice a year, voting to save the animals. We have a $150 donation from Skeeve Twitch that says, here's 150 space bucks towards saving those animals. The first time my wife watched Games Done Quick, she had no idea what dealing with the animals was. When she finally saw the animals being saved, she said, that's it? Let's prove to her that saving the animals is worth it.
So what he just did there was he was able to use a speed booster, or a space boost with speed booster, and he was able to go through the Super Kago. It's much faster than going, because the intended way the game wants you to do is they want you to kill that crab that's on the lower right, or hermit crab, or whatever its actual name is. I just call it a hermit crab because it looks like one. Mm-hmm. You're supposed to start from that wall and run back to the left to those 2 rooms, destroy 2 speed booster blocks, drop down. Oh, you didn't do secret message. What are you doing, man?
Do it. Oh, no.
It's too late now.
It's over.
Wait.
JRP,
this is not 100%. What are you doing?
That did not win the bid war. People will pay money for this.
I will say...
What if I want to collect 100%?
No.
Well, you can't now.
You're going to disappoint everyone.
You're locked out of 100%. You skipped Bob. I will say I am impressed that took him that long to actually go back into 100% mode to like go for an item.
I gotta agree with that one.
I actually got scared for a moment.
We have a $300 donation from Optical Opie that says, glad I made it home in time to watch some Metroid runs. This event is so amazing. Thank you to everyone who makes the GDQ events happen. Good luck, JRP. We have a $250 donation from Brian37 that says, donating for Dark Souls bonus. Glad to support a great event and charity. $150 from Greater Steven that says, introduced my girlfriend to GDQ this year. Always a pleasure, great cause, and good entertainment. Putting my donation towards Dark Souls, my favorite game of the last decade. Looking forward to the FF7 run, my favorite game of the 90s. Good luck, runners. We have a $150 donation from Zasei Shin that says, thanks for everything you guys are doing. My wife and I have had a blast watching all week. Save the animals, they're not infected with X parasite. Also, sorry about my name, I know it's a pain to say. We have $100 from HSO24 that says, let's reach 1 million. This donation goes to killing those frames and saving those animals. $150 from Forte07 that says, donated a little earlier, but said I would donate more later this week. Well, it's later this week, so here's some more money. Let's get to that sweet 1 mil.
So there was something that he did when he was going through that first room there that I kind of forgot to mention during once he got the charge beam. There's something that he can do with the fully charged charge beam, and that's called R shooting. So if he has missiles and he has a fully charged beam, he can do a spin jump, and he can press the R button to activate, like to open the missile cannon, and it can fire the charge beam forward. In other Metroid games, to do that, I'm pretty sure it just breaks you out of your spin and kills all your momentum. However, when you're space jumping, you can just space jump through a room, hold B to charge your beam, and press R as many times as you want once it gets charged. So, also, there's no entry without Magoo. So coming up is the second boss fight, which we call Xbox because it's the security robot from earlier got infected by the X, and its name is Box. We're creative.
Yes, we are.
But this time he's going to be a little different. He's going to be firing missiles out of the top of his, whatever you would call that. I guess his body.
Let's just go with his body.
Yeah, body seems good.
It's simple.
Whatever it is.
Out of the thing.
Yeah.
You know that thing.
Oh. Tink.
This fight can be very volatile on the run because, unlike the previous fight earlier, this.
No.
Don't forget you have to speak. But yeah, like the previous fight earlier, we have a very low ceiling on Box. That wasn't really taken advantage of in the previous fight because it killed him so quickly. But in this fight, it's really scary when he jumps, especially because you can't really evade him if he's right under you.
Yeah.
And also the water does damage to you whenever you fall into it, so
yeah,
you gotta be careful not to fall either.
So yeah, it's designed specifically to just be a terrible fight. And this is the only Core X as well, after he eventually kills Box 2 or Xbox, that you cannot do double missiles on. I think it's only going to take 1 or 2 more hits at this point.
The task of this game barely gets double missiles here, by the way.
Yeah.
It gets some missiles in every single Core X, but this one barely gets it.
Yeah.
It's not RTA viable, though.
It's impossible. Joel, please don't get hit by the wave beam like I did.
Wave beam does 90 damage, by the way.
Yeah.
So he beat dead.
Yeah, it does a lot of damage. As I remember.
Okay.
Very nice.
Gave me there for a second.
And now we can do the wave.
Oh.
Wave.
Goodbye, Sector 6.
Bye, Sector 6.
Thankfully, he won't have to return here and do some horrible tricks to get items in this category, like he would in 100%.
That makes me happy.
So, in 100%, this is the worst sector to clean up, and I mean that matter-of-factly. It's not up for debate, it's the worst.
You have to do 2 really hard space boosts, and then you have to do a frame-perfect A press or crumble block jump. Yeah. And you have to do them all first try to not lose minutes.
Specifically the space boosts as well. You have to do basically what Nightmare Space Boost was, but you have to do that through 3 rooms, and you have to do that through a bunch of just speed boost pillars that have like a ceiling and a floor that's like really tight. It's
Oh,
really
no.
hard to pull off.
I don't have enough time to escape.
Oh no.
Oh,
What are you
no.
going to do?
How'd you make that?
Quick,
no
talk to
idea.
Adam. Bye, Adam. Oh wait, that's the wrong game.
Dang, dude.
That's not Sector 0.
So conveniently enough, after that restricted area is blown up, we actually left off in Sector 1 now, which we're at the very beginning of the game, and now we're visiting for a second time finally at the very end of the game.
Yeah, wow, we got to the end pretty quickly.
Yeah.
This has been a really good run.
That's why they call it a speed run. You can't debate that one.
Thank you,
You can't
Mr.
argue with
Underscore
that.
Shasta.
No problem.
I'm honestly surprised. I just know how difficult this category can be sometimes, and they're just I have no idea what time we're at right now, but I hazard a guess to say that this is somewhere around 49 or 50, maybe, even with the deaths.
I would say 53, 54.
Really?
Talking in-game time, by the way.
Oh yeah, yeah. We didn't mention this at the start of the run.
We haven't mentioned a lot of things.
The Fusion community goes by in-game time. Very unpopular, apparently, but we don't care. So we go by in-game time specifically because there are a lot of people, like this game is very accessible, like on Virtual Console and the Wii U, and on emulator, and the timer, surprisingly enough, is not broken, which is weird for a Metroid game, I know. The timer is very accurate. I believe the only thing, it just runs at 64 frames for 1 second, and that's about it. Whenever Samus is on screen, the in-game timer is running, so whenever you pick up items, which he's done none of, and whenever you're running around...
Good room there.
Good.
By the
So
way.
these enemies are fun. So you're so intended to shoot their backs, but the game only checks if you and the pirate are facing each other. So you can just shoot, turn around, and it would damage him, and that's not the save room.
Oh yeah, save room.
That's a very good point.
You should probably save right now.
So yeah, going back to the in-game time, anytime Samus is not on the screen, elevator, cutscenes, door transitions, and Adam text, the in-game timer doesn't run, which is why running English and Japanese really doesn't matter, because it only saves time for RTA timing and not in-game time, since the timer doesn't run when you talk to Adam. So what's the point?
By the way, be sure to turn up your volume for this fight. It's a very quiet fight.
Yeah, turn up your volumes. You'll thank us later.
Trust me.
Especially you headphone users.
Yes.
Hi, Ridley.
Hi, Ridley.
Hi, Ridley.
Oh, you missed the eye.
Oh,
Reset.
reset right now.
Reset. I'm gonna stop talking. Actually,
Yeah.
Joel, what are you doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Well, we're doing it.
Okay. If you do this.
So he kind of messed up, I think. If he wins this fight, I'll be surprised.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, so what you're usually supposed to do, since for whatever reason Ridley is too big for the room, believe it or not, he's too big. He can't get you if you spin jump in the top left corner of the room. So you can do R shooting down into the right into him while spin jumping in the corner, and he just can't get you. See, and the interesting thing about that is because usually your first inclination would be to use missiles against Ridley. It's a lot faster, and you do a lot more damage to Ridley. Better bomb placement. When you're shooting charge shots diagonally through him, because if you remember, each charge shot does 27 damage per frame. So if you can keep the charge shot in Ridley's hitbox for as long as possible, which is diagonally through him, especially if he's moving with it, you will do just heaps of damage. And this goes for any percent, 100%, and 0%, 1%. Also, I should mention when he kills him in a second here, his tail is still active, so his tail can still damage him. Very good kill, by the way.
That was very nice.
That was too quiet.
Yeah, too quiet.
Yeah, I don't know why the developers made Ridley so loud in this game compared to other games. Like, Ridley's loud anyways, but like, he's way louder in this game.
That was a good double. So,
good.
something I should mention as well, every time he's gotten a missile upgrade, the double missile timing has gotten a little Boo, no pacifist.
Rip pacifist.
Taking more points off. So every time he gets more missiles, the cooldown goes up. So it becomes the delay for each missile that he can fire becomes a little bit more, making the doubles a little bit harder each time. So for diffusion missiles, that's the biggest delay that you can get with any missile. So getting doubles on the Ridley Corex is really, really difficult. It's possible to triple double him or triple double it, but it's really tight timing. So yeah, at this point we've gotten everything. We've beaten Ridley, and we're just gonna head and talk to Adam again. Which, if you want to go to the bathroom or something, or grab a snack, I strongly encourage it, because we're gonna be talking to him for, I believe, 3 or 5 minutes.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
He has quite a way of words.
Yeah, he is quite the wordsmith. In English, it's really long. I'm pretty sure it's 1.5 minutes for the Japanese version.
It's like a minute in the Japanese version.
Yeah,
It literally saves like 1.5 minutes just in that cutscene alone.
it's ridiculous.
I should say the reason we do clean up straight after Ridley instead of talking to Adam is Adam locks the doors if you haven't completed the game. So if you do clean up before that, you can get all the items before he locks the doors.
Well, on a completed file, that's not a problem. But if you have a file that doesn't have the little Metroid next to it, the first time talking to him, he will lock the doors. Yeah, and he'll just send you. And he won't open the doors back into the sector either. He'll railroad you right to the what do you call it? I guess the control console, for lack of a better term, navigation room. No, that's not it. That's what we're in now.
Yes.
I'm in that room so little that I can never remember the actual name of the room. This actually is a really good time for donations, by the way,
Yes.
because we've got a while.
All right, so we have a $200 donation from Andrine that says, the Metroid games are one of my favorite series of games of all time, so of course I had to donate here. I'll keep this short and concise, just to kill them.
Fools is my favorite line of text in this game.
It's a great
Fools.
cutscene either way.
Aristocrat Joe donates $50. It says, in the spirit of Doctors Without Borders, have Samus save the animals. We have a $25 donation from Alien Sigma that says, had to donate during a run of my first and favorite Metroid. Super hype for Super Metroid. Donation goes to saving the animals and the canon. We have an anonymous $20 donation that says, I absolutely love the Metroid runs. They're easily my favorite part of every GDQ. Announcer picks, save or kill the animals. Kill them! We have a $50 donation from... We have a $50 donation from Keravate that says, thanks to my wife for letting me hog the TV all week to watch SGDQ. Save those frames. We have a $25 donation from Anonymous. Let's not forget that GDQ is about saving lives. Let's save those animals. We have a $25 donation from Trey Tramp that says, Dark Souls would kill those animals. We have a $200 donation from Vios that says, Bubbles must run.
Hi.
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 I don't know why. This game is really good with, like, just for a game that's not a horror game, it's really good to have a great atmosphere. And this game has a great horror atmosphere in general, too. But growing up, that was the one thing that scared me the most, that close-up right there. Not like the SAX chases, not like the close-up SAX, that thing right there.
I will say, yeah, going off of that, they nailed it. Like the whole isolation feeling, and like the kind of like horror of being stuck on this thing by yourself with just this thing that's hunting you.
It's really incredible, honestly.
Oh,
if you're a game designer, especially for sound, this game is like perfect for that.
The music's
Like,
good.
take inspiration from this game. It's really, really good.
Yeah, the music just complements this game's theming and everything so well. Just each individual like sector and all that stuff.
The person who did the music for this game, I think, also did Link's Awakening.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's also really good music for that game as well.
Yeah, the run for it last night.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
nice.
The race.
This is the last save.
Yeah, the last save
Very
of the
last
game.
one. We're off to fight SCX right now.
So
1 of 10 SCXs of notes.
Yeah. So it's funny that like all of the bosses leading up to this have been super difficult to fight, and then we're just gonna stun lock the last two, which I wish.
Spoilers.
I wish like now I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I wish I could say that wasn't the case, but we're just gonna use ice missiles, and he's gonna freeze SAX in place and shoot charge shots diagonally through with a ice missile to keep it frozen in place. Tough fight, I know.
Right?
This next part, don't blink. All right, it's dead. So if you remember how I said that the wave beam does damage per frame, by shooting the charge beam directly up when it jumps, it just jumps along with the charge beam. So the entire time it jumps in the air, it's just taking damage from the charge beam, and it just is able to kill it in one hit.
Alright, we still got Omega.
The Mega, yeah.
Mega is one hit death.
Yeah, Omega does 1 E-tank of damage every time he swipes you. It is very dangerous.
Ridiculous.
So you just gotta hope my button machine's very good.
Me and JC, and I think JRP himself, has lost a lot of single segment runs to Omega. It's heartbreaking. It's soul crushing. Every time.
Chat would like to know when they can blink again.
So I don't think he has enough time to actually escape, so he's got to be very careful here.
Yeah.
I believe, though.
Are you going for Pogo?
I'll die if I go for it. Probably not.
Not with that attitude.
Actually, you probably shouldn't with 65 energy.
Yeah.
So, because I'm...
Hold on, is it going to get it?
Nope, just missed it.
That's what I was talking about earlier for low height back in Sector 4.
Yeah.
You do that right there, too, and it saves a little bit of time.
Yeah, instead of hitting the ceiling there, he would have shine sparked all the way to the right. So when I was talking about Pogo here, there's a thing that you can do when Omega comes in and he does his scream. If you can space jump behind him, he will just get super excited and just bounce up and down in places, trying so hard to get to Samus. But after that, it's impossible to do.
All right, now here's going to get the stun lock on Omega Metroid, see if he can do it.
I'm going to be quiet now, yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Nice. Time to go up soon.
We did it.
As soon as Samus faces forward in the ship, that's time.
Very good run.
And time.
Amazing. What was the time?
1:31:46.
Ooh,
Nice.
that's really good.
So let's wait for after the credits for the in-game time, so you have a little bit of time until then.
Yeah. I would like to say, currently at the moment, me and JC are planning a 100% Metroid Fusion tournament. So if there's anybody that wants to pick up the game and possibly learn 100%, the run is super friendly. It's very beginner friendly. It's not that hard, and we're working to put up a tutorial at the moment to help any new runners. We strongly encourage anybody to join us, whether you're experienced, inexperienced, or have never played the game before and just want to have some fun. We think that we're looking at a start time of around August, but if you want a link to the tournament Discord, you just look in, I believe, my chat or on my dashboard, JRP's dashboard, and JC's dashboard, and we're looking to get banners out for everybody who's in the tournament to spread more awareness and get more information out there.
Even if you're not 100% sure of it, give it a look.
In general, though, this game is a very fun game to run, and just in general, this game is just incredibly good. Like, this game, it kind of strayed from the usual formula of Metroid games, where it's more, of course, a Metroidvania. But like this game is a lot more linear, and really, with what it is, it just works extremely well. It honestly it's kind of mind blowing. Like you mentioned earlier, the sound design is incredible in this game, and everything. It has a feeling of isolation all over, and like all the upgrades are really fun to use. There's a lot of stuff to collect. It's really good. Like if you never played this game before, I just recommend just checking it out. It's on Wii U VC. Of course, it's on Game Boy Advance, obviously. Emulators. Good option too.
I would also recommend not doing 0% as your first run.
Yes. Don't do that.
When I first started running the game, I started doing 1%.
Really?
Yes. and that was quite the experience. Did not progress as quickly as I did when I started playing any percent, but yeah, definitely start like just do like a quick run through the game like once or twice, get the feel for the controls, and then like you can do like some segmented practice, and then you easily could get a I mean, I'm not going to say a good time because who's to say what a good time is? I mean, it's all personal preference on what you think a good time is, but like, something that you could be satisfied with.
You gotta be careful about what a good time is, though, because once you get a good time in this game, there's always that one time you can get, but you have to work hard to get.
Listen, 44 is the good time in this game, and I don't think JRP is going to get that 44, or anybody, actually.
So for those who don't know, the Emerson record in this game is, since it's going in time, it's tied actually at 45 in time by JRP here and Eagle. They run from Denmark.
Eagle is insanely good at Fusion and Zero Mission.
And Melee.
Yes. He is really good at the 2D Metroids. I don't know how good he is at Super. I don't think he plays
Super.
I don't think he plays Super at all.
I know he ran Echoes at one point, too. Metroid Prime 2 Echoes for GameCube.
I will say, too, it's using Eagle as an example, learning one game and going to the other, it's very easy to switch between Zero Mission and Fusion because they're relatively like the same kind of game, the same kind of control style, except in Zero Mission you can single wall jump, while in this one you can't. But it's really, really like interchangeable, the skill set. It's pretty much the same run for the most part.
Zero Mission, of course, again, a very, very good game. If you haven't played that, of course, just try it yourself, too.
Definitely.
One of the best of its genre, honestly.
All right. Guesses on in-game time, including deaths.
I'm going 52. I'm going low.
I'm going to say JRP did amazing because I was watching him and he was amazing. I'm going to say it's a 50.
Ooh.
I'll split the difference and go with
54.
51.
All right.
I will guess for Ross, 110. That's Ross's guess.
Hey.
The meantime.
54.
What's going to be everyone? Let's see.
Well, let's see. Oh, that's a good sign already. Get the best ending.
He was on money, dude. JRP was correct.
It's not bad. And the collection? He actually did collect no items. JRP, you made this run look really, really easy.
It is not easy. Let's just give a round of applause again for just completing that run in general. That was crazy good.
This was a very difficult run to do.
But yeah, that's it for all of us. Thanks everyone for watching. Be sure to follow JRP on Twitch at JRP2234.
Yeah, and spam Magoo.
For watching and having me.
Eastern is, yeah.
That's it.
Magoo.
And thank you, JRP and Couch, for that amazing 0% run.